Welcome everyone to this episode of the AskJasonGelios show. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor, and this is a great question that I get asked often, and that's, what should I list my home for, right? How do I figure out that pricing? How do I determine what I should put my home on the market for, and what should I look at? What factors should I be taking in? What research should I be doing, okay, to list your home at the right price? So first off, there's no magic number, right? There's nobody on this earth that can say, okay, your home should be listed at this price and it's going to sell at that price. Because ultimately, when you put a home on the market will tell you what that home is worth, okay? But I put together some tips here that will hopefully make it easier for you, okay? So the first one is you review comparables, right? Other homes that are for sale, that are pending, and homes that have sold recently, typically 3 to 6 months back. If it's a busier area like suburbia, I tend to look about 3 months back. If it's a rural area, you tend to have to go back farther, like 6 months or sometimes even longer, depending on the type of property and if you're on acreage. And if you can't find proper comps, you will go back further, okay? But typically in a busier suburban area, you're looking at about 3 months back, and you're looking at what is going on, okay? And you want to look about within half a mile from your home. You don't want to go too far out, because then it doesn't make sense. Other factors come in, like school district maybe, or other things, types of homes in that area, okay? Another one is you want to look for square footage that is within about 10% or so of your home square footage. For example, if you have a 1,500 square foot home, you should be looking at comparable homes between 1,350 and 1,650. I believe that's a 10% range, okay? So you don't have to look for an exact home that is the same square footage as yours, just in your range, within a 10% difference, okay? Because you can actually, estimate what your home would be worth based on those factors, okay? Now, another tip when you're considering what to list your home for, don't allow yourself as a seller to get grouped in with a bunch of other homes. And what do I mean by this? Well, if you have, for example, if you have a group of homes that are listed in the 274 to 276,000 range, and then you have the next set of homes, 290 and up, and there's a bunch of homes in those ranges, right? There's tons in your area. You want to probably take advantage of that 280 mark, okay? So actually, I'm gonna put that example up here on the screen for you to view. So again, if you're looking at homes in your area that are for sale, and they're in the 274 to 276,000 range, just an example, and then the next set of homes up are in the 290 to, let's say, 310 range, okay? You should take advantage of that 280K range, because you'll stand out more, right? You'll stand out more. Another tip is avoid pricing at weird amounts. So I see some agents doing this, and it's a known psychological fact that if you price something at an odd amount, it's not going to work out well. For example, if you price your home at 274,576, people are gonna get confused about it. It could be a subconscious thing, but they're gonna be like, I don't know. Okay, you would be better off pricing at 274,999. Okay, again, why that amount? Well, because when you consider that you go to a grocery store or a regular store or any retail store, and they have things for sale, they don't say $10, they don't say $20, they say what? $9.99 or $9.95 or $19.99, right? So avoid pricing at weird amounts. Again, like that example I gave you of the 274,576. Avoid that stuff. It's confusing, and it's just going to mess people's mental capacities up, okay? Now, another tip, you got to understand that sometimes a price adjustment is necessary. Real estate changes every day. So if you think you have a good price and you even consulted with an agent and you put your home up, maybe another home sold where it affected where it will affect your price, right, as you have it listed. So you put your home on the market, you feel that, let's say, $270,000 is a great price, or $269,900. But then the following day or week, whatever, you have another home in your area that sold for less than they were asking. That could affect your value and what you get. Hopefully not, but it probably will. So you might have to make a price adjustment after a certain period. Some agents say 2 weeks, some say 30 days. It just depends on your market and your type of home. And again, if you're in a busy area where there's a lot of activity, or if you're in a rural area where homes typically take longer to sell, that's just a fact, okay? So just make sure that you are aware of that, okay? Now, I'm gonna share with you how to price a home in whatever market you're in, okay? So, for one, okay, there are certain factors, okay? If you're in a buyer's market, if you're in a seller's market, the time of the year, okay? Which brings me to my first one, seasonality, okay? In the majority of the country, the USA, spring is the best time to sell a home. It gets warmer in most states, okay, unless you're in Florida, which I think it still gets warmer than warm. But spring is the best time to sell because you have families who are looking to sell their home and then move during the summer break and adjust to their new school district or area or whatever prior to fall. Now, fall is considered the second best time to sell a home. People are back from summer vacations. People who didn't want to deal with it during the summertime. Many times people go out of town or whatnot. So fall becomes the second best time to sell a home. And then winter is the slowest season. Now, I like to think, and it's actually true, that home buyers in the winter season are more serious. They either have to move because of divorce or a job or something happened, or they can't afford the big home, so now they're trying to find a smaller home. Winter is the slowest time of the year to sell a home. However, you get much more serious buyers and sellers, quite honestly. So that's something to consider. Again, the best time to sell a property also depends on where you're at, what city you're in, okay? Another major factor is inventory. So what's going on with inventory? Right now, it's August 2023 as I'm recording this, and we don't have enough inventory. So that means it's more of a seller's market. Unfortunately, some areas aren't experiencing a hot seller's market because the interest rates have gone up as well. Right now, they're around 7% for a 30-year fixed. So think supply and demand, okay? If you have 20 homes in your neighborhood and you are trying to sell and you're in that close range, you're going to be competing big time, okay? And probably giving away some stuff. Okay, so if you're in a buyer's market, you need to be priced slightly lower than your competition. I kind of mentioned it in the price range earlier in this episode, where take advantage of a price point where nobody else is at, or there's not so much grouped homes in that price range, okay? In a seller's market, you can add about 10% to a comparable sale, okay? You have a home in your neighborhood that is for sale, you can probably add 10% on, provided your home is updated and nicer than theirs, okay? You can add about 10%, especially when inventory is limited and you have buyers that are competing for homes. Then there's something called a neutral market, and this is where you can win on both sides, right? There's an even balance between the number of homes available on the market compared to the amount of buyers, and so it's kind of okay. Some areas will get multiple offers, but other areas, they might get an offer within a week or two, right? But you want to keep an eye on nearby comparables, which I don't know if you're seeing a theme here, and that's always know what's going on in your area. What are other homes selling for? What have they sold for in the past 3 months? Did they come down, by the way? And the best way to get that information is actually to consult with a realtor who can pull that information up for you. It's readily available to realtors. and they can tell you, yeah, you know what, the home down the street from you sold 2 months ago. They were trying to get X amount, but it sold for less or it sold for more. They can tell you that, okay? So just, again, when you're considering what price to sell your home at, make sure that you are coming out different with your price and more attractive features with your home, okay? Highlight things about your home. Maybe you have a unique feature about your home that the other homes don't have, okay? So I hope you guys found this valuable. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you had to sell recently? How did you come up with your price? Did you consult with a professional or did you figure it out on your own? Go ahead and share those thoughts in the conversation in the comments, right? And be sure to visit my websites. I'll put those links in the description as well as on the screen here. Otherwise, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.